Chuck Spadina, otherwise known by the name Keanu Reeves, has had on one hand the most blessed professional life anyone could ever ask for, and on the other the most cursed personal life you could have ever heard about. Keanu's experienced tragedies that I would not wish on my worst enemy, but no matter what happened, he has always moved forward. Perhaps it's that innate drive and determination that has brought him to the pinnacle of success he sits at today. But there is also an argument to be made that it comes down to his outright natural-born looks. Well, today we're going to review clips and talk about the legend himself and let you decide for yourself.
One of the first couple scenes of Keanu and I worked together on, I said something, would you like me to try this or that? And he looked at me, and it was like somebody, he didn't do it because we were too far away, but it was almost like he put his hand on my arm. He said, no, man, you just do your thing. I'll figure it out. And I just remember feeling it in here, like, wow, that was really gentle and sweet.
Yeah, so you get a lot more action in this film. Your character's really...
Sorry.
First off, rest in peace to the legend that is Lance Reddick. To quote him, I wish I was LeVar Burton. I mean, he played the role of Geordie LaForge and then hosted Reading Rainbow. I can't play that theme song legally. Just the song alone, though, gets me hyped up to party. And if you don't get the reference, check out Eric Andre. But here we see legitimately serious actor like Lance discussing what an honor it was for even an A-list legend like himself to work alongside the great Keanu Reeves. And it's so telling that everyone in the interview talks about how wonderful and giving he is with his time, including the director.
He's very generous with his time, commitment, and his ideas. I think he's one of the most collaborative people I've ever worked with.
Again, that's the director. If you don't understand why this is a big deal, keep in mind the director has no obligation to listen to the actor on the film. It's basically like the boss saying that he's happy that his employee allows him to do his job as the boss. He has no obligation to listen to what Keanu says collaboratively at all, but again, Keanu's such a legend that of course this director is smart for collaborating with Keanu and understanding that Keanu's easily the most experienced and important part of that entire film. Seriously, major props to the director here. And someone else I want to give major props is the gorgeous Winona Ryder.
What makes him the best?
Pretty much everything. He's one of my favorite people to work with, to be around, and
I feel the same way about you.
I knew that.
It is amazing to see how excited a legend like Winona Ryder is talking about Keanu Reeves. Having known him for so long in the toxic Hollywood culture, you would assume friendships like that do not last for a long time, but here we are, as Keanu's clearly a great friend and a person to be around. Example yet again by his older friend, Winona Ryder. Maybe I'm biased because Beetlejuice is easily one of my favorite movies, and growing up watching it, I had a huge crush on her. That said, I definitely still do have a crush on Winona Ryder, but it seems so does Keanu. So I guess I've got good taste.
This is memorable. You remember the exact moment you met each other. Why is that?
Well, I had a pretty
How do you not
big,
remember?
healthy crush
I
on
had
the
a
guy.
big, healthy crush on you, too.
And
This is a really adorable moment, and it does kind of seem like there's some romantic tension further into the interview. However, this is really all you need to see, their genuine affection towards each other. I would say these days they probably only work professionally, but it would make sense for two beautiful young stars like that to have a healthy crush on each other, as they said. And these are two people who I consider some of the most legendary actors of all time. I highly support them having children, because you and I both know that is going to be the next greatest actor of all time. It's also amazing to look back at these two in this situation, because even pictures of them from the 80s, they still do not look much older. Both of them were born in the 60s, and yet they look absolutely amazing to this day. That moves me to my next topic of yet another leading lady who has looked gorgeous her whole life, and I also had a crush on after seeing her in the movie Speed.
And I asked her, because everybody had a crush on you, if she had a crush on you then, and this is what she said.
I think about how sweet Keanu Reeves was and how handsome he was. It was hard. It was really, it was hard for me to really be serious. Like he would look at me and I'd be like,
Did y'all get together? Did you date him?
Never dated him.
Really?
There was just something about me that I guess he didn't like.
That's not true.
I think it's true.
No.
He never.
He was
never,
probably intimidated.
Not
because
at
you were-
all.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing to intimidate. I'm not that.
Yes, you are.
But I think we're probably friends for that long because we didn't.
Yeah. Right.
That.
Is that how you do it?
That's how I do it.
Maybe that's why he didn't want to be with you. Did you know that she had a crush on you? No. Did you
She
have?
obviously didn't know I had a crush on her either.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe you both had crushes on each other, and you were so scared.
We were working.
Right here, Keanu claims that he had a crush on his co-star, but did not know that she had a crush on him. However, I find that pretty hard to believe due to the next clip I'm about to show.
She's a beautiful lady. Yeah, very beautiful, giving, and I don't know. She has a nice, such a wonderful energy about her and life, and she's just wherever she goes. I mean, she really gives and wants things to be springtime. So I don't know. I've enjoyed her company immensely. Oh yeah, and she's a really great actress too. No, she is. No, but she is. I mean, she's, again, I mean, the thing that's cool about this film, I mean, it's cast really very well, and the actors are really good, and she's brought a very, she's been fighting the direction of just being like, the complete damsel in distress, and really, and excuse us for a moment. Nice blouse.
Do you think? I think it's really
nice.
Very cool, huh? How are you?
I'm pretty well.
Okay.
Et voila.
I don't know much about dating, but I do know that is classic flirting right there, my friends. Now, let's look at what Sandra had to say about this in more recent times.
I think about how sweet Keanu Reeves was and how handsome he was. It was hard. It was really, it was hard for me to really be serious. Like he would look at me and I'd be like,
It's beautiful to see that Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves genuinely had young love type crush during the filming of Speed, and I could totally understand that. Two gorgeous A-list actors at the time in such an intense movie definitely will bond them in some sense. This is absolutely a movie I recommend any fan of either actor go watch, as it may sound silly, but it is a complete thrill ride. There are many more examples and clips of people saying amazing things about Keanu Reeves as a person. I think you should truly consider how much it takes for a person to become a multi-millionaire, generationally famous celebrity without selling your soul or taking a part of the devious parts of Hollywood culture. I've also met multiple celebrities in my life, and some of your favorites are genuinely bad people behind the scenes. I'm not going to tell you any names, but let's just say allegedly a very famous celebrity who has the same name as a professional basketball player, but he's an actor, came into a place where I was a server, and he and all of his whole posse were the worst serving experience of my life. They screamed at a busboy for trying to clear off empty glasses. The true control that this person felt they had over myself and the fellow staff members actually genuinely makes me sick to talk about, and definitely taught me a lesson that day. And this is someone I'm talking about that's not nearly as famous as the great Keanu Reeves, and so I feel that it says quite a lot that no one who has ever talked about him has had a bad experience.